I'm Kevin Tarpey, and this is散歩日和. After spending a few months rambling in the hills and mountains near my home, I decided to travel further afield in April. So I took a train to Kotoura, a town I had enjoyed during a brief stop on a road trip earlier this year. I was excited to return and explore it on foot. Stepping off at Yabase Station, I wandered west along the coast. The calm, steel blue sea and flat shoreline set the stage for a delightful stroll. I noticed an abundance of blooming flowers, particularly drawn to the shades of purple. The muted tones of the greater periwinkles, the vivid grape hyacinths, and the lively violets all caught my eye. Butterflies danced lightly in the air, mirroring the spontaneity of my meandering path. A group of schoolchildren on break zoomed past me on their bikes, and one adventurous soul greeted me with the cheerful "Good morning" in English. Eventually, I found myself at the Shiotane Teiko Photography Museum, which is dedicated to the local photographer whose work inspired many others in Japan. Situated in the former home of the Shiotani family and operated by a non-profit organization, it showcases a rotating selection of his black and white photographs. I have always appreciated how this style of photography conveys a sense of grandeur and seriousness to its subjects. During my visit to the museum, I was fortunate to have a tour with a friendly guide who recognized me from a recent newspaper column. The photos on display differed from my last visit, which was a pleasant surprise. I was particularly intrigued by the diversity in Shiotani's work. Some pieces showed everyday moments, like a charming photo of a young boy. Others captured the beauty of the Totori landscape, including a stunning shot from Dyson's summit. Some photographs employed lens effects and darkroom techniques, creating a surreal quality that lingered in my mind. Afterward, I ascended the hill behind the museum to visit Kanzaki Shrine. This shrine has some of the most intricate wood carvings I have ever seen. Everywhere you look, there are sculptures of animals, such as squirrels and horses, or flowers like peonies and chrysanthemums. You can also discover mythical creatures like the phoenix, or legendary figures like Empress Jingu. The giant dragon sculpture adorning the whole ceiling of the worship hall is especially astonishing. I spent a long time admiring the bold contours of the woodwork. Soon, I was hungry, so I grabbed some food and took it to Narishi Beach to enjoy by the sea. The beach is unique, covered in oval-shaped cobblestones that clink against each other in harmony with the rising and falling of the waves. It creates a sound reminiscent of the ocean swallowing the earth. While listening to the sound of the waves and the rustling of stones, I read more about Shiotani Teiko online. I gathered that some people questioned why he chose to remain in his hometown in the countryside. However, Shiotani felt fortunate to live in the Sanin area, surrounded by the sea and mountains. He encouraged his fellow photographers to seek beauty in their local surroundings, rather than traveling great distances. Bidding farewell to Kotoura, I couldn't help but admire the distant snow-capped Dyson. At that moment, I realized I connected deeply with Shiotani's perspective. While I may not be a native of this area, like Shiotani, I too feel an overwhelming sense of gratitude for calling the Sanin region my home. My columns humbly echo his advice as I traverse local areas, seeking the hidden beauty that enriches our everyday lives.